Welcome to my channel Starlight Sci-Fi Stories. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Iron Bastion had never blinked. For 300 years, no enemy had crossed its defense rings. No fleet had broken its shields. No world under its protection had fallen while its cannons still stood. Until the day the sky went silent. It started with a patrol ship. The cruiser Valiant Edge entered the outer perimeter to report unusual readings beyond the system's edge. Its captain sent one final message. Unknown formation detected. No heat signatures, no visible engines. They are not broadcasting, they are. The transmission ended. Not with static. With nothing. No wreckage appeared on scanners. No explosion. No debris field. The ship simply vanished from every known spectrum. Iron Bastion raised its shields to maximum strength. Princess Arya Valen stood inside the high strategy chamber as thousands of holographic projections spun around her. Fleet paths, energy flows, shield harmonics, civilian population density maps. Every model predicted the same outcome. If the Dominion of Ash reached orbit, Iron Bastion would win. But at terrible cost. 40% infrastructure damage, 22% civilian loss in worst-case scenario. For the Council, this was acceptable. For Arya, it was not. They erased 3 outer colonies without firing a single visible weapon, said High Marshal Corrin. We respond with overwhelming force. We meet silence with thunder. Arya did not answer immediately. Her long silver ears tilted as new data streamed in. Gravitational distortion patterns. The enemy fleet was approaching. Not fast. Not slow. Steady. They are not charging weapons, Arya said quietly. They do not need to, Corrin replied. They erase, that is their weapon. Arya turned away from the tactical display. Iron Bastion had spent centuries perfecting destruction. Cannons that could split moons, mines that could collapse wormholes, fighters that could move faster than thought. But destruction was simple. Protection was not. She dismissed the hero files again. Admirals with legendary kill counts, commanders who never retreated. And then she opened one modest file. Lieutenant Daniel Hayes. Human. Outer sector origin. Evacuation specialist. 17 extraction missions. 0 civilian casualties. Corrin frowned. That is not a war commander. No, Arya said. He is something rarer. She activated a secure channel. Daniel Hayes was elbow-deep, inside a broken shuttle engine, when the sky above the dockyard changed color. He noticed it because the sunlight shifted from gold to pale white. Dock workers stopped arguing. Ships froze mid-maneuver. Above them, faint ripples spread across the upper atmosphere like slow waves in water. Please tell me that's a training drill, one mechanic muttered. Daniel wiped grease from his hands and looked up. His stomach tightened. That was not a drill. His comm unit crackled. All civilian craft prepare for emergency relocation. This is not an exercise. Daniel exhaled slowly. All right, he said, let's move. He did not panic. He did not freeze. He started assigning people to ships. Family units first. No pushing. You fuel lines secure. You check life support twice. If it fails in orbit, I'm blaming you personally. Someone laughed nervously. That was good. Fear spread fast. Calm had to spread faster. A shadow passed overhead. Not a ship. Not a cloud. Something massive slid across the sky without reflection, without heat. Just a distortion. A child pointed upward. What is that? Daniel knelt beside her. It's something that doesn't understand who it picked a fight with. He didn't know if that was true. But she smiled. That was enough. In orbit, Iron Bastion's cannons rotated toward the approaching darkness. The Dominion of Ash Fleet appeared as fractures in space, angular shapes, matte black absorbing sensor beams, hundreds of them. No signals, no threats. They simply advanced. "Fire," ordered High Marshal Corrin. The first wave of planetary cannons ignited. Beams of white energy streaked across space, powerful enough to shatter continents. They struck the leading Dominion vessel. The beam bent. Not deflected. Bent. Like light entering water. The energy folded inward and vanished. No damage. The chamber fell silent. "Impossible," whispered one officer. The Dominion fleet did not accelerate. It did not retaliate. It continued forward. Then one Bastion defense satellite flickered. Gone. No explosion. No debris. Just absence. "They are collapsing matter at a quantum level," a scientist said in disbelief. "We cannot block it." Arya felt the weight of every life on the planet press against her thoughts. This was not a battle that could be won by force. "Begin civilian evacuation phase," she ordered. Corrin stared at her. "If we divide our power, we weaken our shields." "If we do not," Arya said calmly, "we lose what the shields are meant to protect." She opened a direct channel. "Lieutenant Hayes, you are now acting commander of planetary evacuation operations." On the surface, Daniel blinked. "Princess," he said carefully, watching the sky distort again, "I was hoping for a quiet day." "You will not get one." "I figured." Another orbital platform vanished. Daniel's voice hardened. "All right, we move everyone, no exceptions." "That includes you," Arya said. Daniel looked up at the sky. A transport ship overloaded as panic caused someone to misfire engines. It spun toward a crowded platform. Without hesitation, Daniel ran. He leapt onto a cargo loader, overrode manual controls, and rammed it into the transport's landing gear, stabilizing it seconds before collision. Sparks flew. Metal screamed. The ship settled safely. He climbed down, slightly burned. "Next time," he muttered, "I'm charging extra." Arya watched the live feed. Her ears were completely still. Not fear. Not doubt. Focus. Another Dominion ship reached the outer defense ring. Instead of firing, it expanded. Its surface unfolded like a dark flower. A wave pulsed outward. 3 defense platforms vanished instantly. Gasps filled the chamber. "They are targeting military structures first," Arya said. Corrin's eyes widened. "They are ignoring civilians." Daniel's voice cut through the command channel. "They aren't here to slaughter us." "Explain," Arya demanded. "They're dismantling our ability to fight." Another pulse. More cannons disappeared. "They're removing threats," Daniel continued. "Systematically, cleanly, they see us as weapons." Arya's mind raced. If the Dominion erased threats, then survival depended on becoming something else. She straightened. "Redirect all heavy weapons power to shield reinforcement around civilian corridors." Corrin protested, "That leaves us defenseless." "No," Arya said, "it makes us human." The Dominion ships paused. For the first time, their movement slowed. The next pulse came and struck a civilian transport corridor. The shield flared bright. Held. The Dominion ship adjusted trajectory. It bypassed the corridor. Daniel stared upward. They recalculated. Arya's voice was calm but steady. "They do not erase what does not threaten them." Silence filled the chamber. A terrifying realization formed. If Iron Bastion stopped acting like a weapon, would the Dominion leave? Or would it erase them anyway? The largest Dominion vessel moved into high orbit, directly above the capital. It began to unfold, not to fire, to descend. And this time, it was coming for the surface. The alien fleet did not send a warning. It sent gravity. Every satellite around Earth shifted at once. Tides rose without wind. Compasses spun in confused circles. Power grids flickered across 3 continents. Then the sky opened. A dark ring formed above the Pacific Ocean, stretching wider than any storm system in history. It did not burn. It did not glow. It bent light around it, swallowing the blue of the sky. Humanity had prepared for invasion for decades. Missile shields, orbital cannons, secret fleets hidden beyond the moon. None of it mattered, because the ships that emerged were not ships in any human sense. They were shapes carved from moving shadow. No engines, no heat signatures, no visible weapons. They simply slid into orbit like silent judges. Within seconds, every military satellite lost connection. Not destroyed. Gone. Erased from reality. Across Earth, alarms screamed. In Washington, Beijing, Moscow, Delhi, and dozens of hidden command bunkers, leaders stared at the same impossible data. Then a message arrived. It did not travel through radio waves. It arrived directly into every screen, every headset, every augmented display. A single sentence. You are a violent species. You will be neutralized. Neutralized. Not conquered. Not enslaved. Removed. Humanity had 8 minutes before the first projection showed impact zones. The aliens had mapped Earth's military infrastructure in seconds. Air bases, naval fleets, missile silos. They were not aiming at cities. They were aiming at anything that could fight back. And once that was done, no one knew. Inside a buried command center beneath Colorado, General Marcus Hale studied the invasion map. He was not young. He had seen wars, but never like this. They're targeting weapons only, said a defense analyst. For now, Hale replied. A second alien pulse spread across orbit. 3 aircraft carriers vanished. Not sunk. Gone. No explosion. No debris. Just empty ocean. Fear spread faster than any weapon. Around the world, panic rose. Markets crashed in seconds. Highways clogged. People ran without knowing where to run. Then something unexpected happened. A small voice cut into the global emergency broadcast system. It was not a government official. It was a civilian. A teenage girl from Argentina, whose science channel had millions of followers. Her hands trembled, but her voice did not. They think we are only weapons, she said, so stop acting like weapons. The broadcast spread faster than panic. People began sharing it. Across languages. Across borders. General Hale stared at the screen. Sir, his aide asked. Hale's jaw tightened. They're scanning for aggression patterns, he said slowly. Every time we power a weapon system, they erase it. He looked at the tactical map. They don't want war, they want safety. Another pulse. A nuclear submarine disappeared. Hale made a decision that would either save the species or doom it. Power down all offensive systems, he ordered. The room froze. Sir, that leaves us defenseless. Hale nodded. Yes. Across the world, governments hesitated. Then one by one they followed. Missile systems went dark. Fighter jets landed and stayed grounded. Naval fleets shut down combat grids. Earth, for the first time in modern history, went quiet. The alien fleet paused. The largest shadow vessel shifted position above the Pacific Ring. A third pulse expanded outward and stopped. It touched Earth's atmosphere, then withdrew. In orbit, alien ships moved closer. Not firing. Scanning. General Hale wiped sweat from his forehead. They're evaluating. In cities worldwide, people waited. Parents held children. Strangers comforted strangers. No bombs launched. No retaliation. Humanity did something it had rarely done before. It trusted each other. Minutes passed. The alien message changed. Aggression levels reduced. Evaluation continues. Relief washed through command centers. But Hale was not celebrating. They still see us as a threat, he said, because we are. A scientist leaned forward. They erased weapons, not people. Hale's eyes sharpened. They removed danger. He turned to communications. Open global channel. Within seconds, every screen on Earth showed General Hale. He did not wear medals. He did not stand behind flags. He stood in a plain room. We have spent centuries building weapons, he said calmly. Today we show something else. He gestured behind him. Engineers wheeled forward a device. It was not a bomb. It was a fusion core. Portable. Clean. Enough to power a city. We built this to power military installations, Hale continued. Now we offer it freely. Across the globe, other nations followed. Energy grids opened. Medical research databases unlocked. Humanity began broadcasting everything. Art, music, mathematics, languages, history, not war footage, not threats, proof of culture, proof of compassion, proof of growth. In orbit, alien ships shifted again. One vessel detached from the formation. It descended slowly through the Pacific Ring. Clouds parted. Oceans calmed. The vessel stopped above the water. A beam of pale light extended downward. Not destructive. Scanning. Then something new appeared on every screen. Not text. An image. The aliens revealed themselves. Tall forms of shifting crystal and dark light. No faces, no mouths. Their structure pulsed like slow-breathing stars. A new message formed. Species capable of restraint detected. Across Earth, people held their breath. The alien ship moved lower. It did not attack. It did not erase. Instead, it transmitted data. Scientific diagrams beyond human understanding. Energy formulas. Stellar maps. An offer. We remove civilizations that cannot control destruction. You have chosen control. General Hale closed his eyes briefly. Humanity had passed a test it did not know it was taking. The alien fleet began to withdraw. One by one, the shadow vessels folded space and vanished. The Pacific Ring collapsed. The sky turned blue again. Satellites were still missing. Military fleets were gone. But Earth remained. Hours later, as the world tried to understand what had happened, General Hale stood alone in the command room. His aide approached. "Sir, we survived." Hale looked at the quiet tactical screen. "No," he said softly. "We changed." Outside, people stepped into the sunlight. No invasion. No occupation. Just a new understanding. Humanity had always believed strength meant the ability to destroy. Now they knew better. True strength was the ability to stop. And somewhere in deep space, the alien fleet recorded a new classification for Earth. Dangerous, but worthy.